Hi, I'm Paul at Oral Wellness Center. I wanted to talk to you today about 4 tips for physical assists during your yoga classes. The first one would be that I'd be very careful with making physical assists when I have beginners in the class. The reason being, they're not used to it. They're getting to know you, you're getting to know them, and you just don't want to force anything. So when you adjust somebody and you're adjusting with your palms, what you're doing is you're using a minimum amount of force. If you start to feel some vibration in the person's body, you know that something's going on. Their muscles are either shaking to hold themselves into a position, or maybe I'm forcing it. So if that's the case, it's basically all by vibration. You start to feel that vibration, then I back off. And that's what we all should do. We should really work it slow and easy. The other thing is to combine your physical assists with verbal cues. So it's always a good idea, because some people, what they do is they learn by feeling, and some people learn by seeing, and some people learn by hearing. So all those things in our classes, you want to try to accommodate them so that they're having a learning experience at every level. And some people don't get it as far as listening, some people don't get it as far as what they see, and some people are out of touch with what they feel. But although they may have it handicap in one way, the strong point might be in another variation. So a classic example would be, I have to drive to get to a destination myself in order to remember the route. That's a person who actually has to do it. They have to feel it. The next one would be, don't open the door for physical assists being misinterpreted. I mentioned using the palms when you adjust. There's a lot of things you could do, but one of the things you want to do is be careful where you put your hands and be careful about your fingers. You don't want anything to be misinterpreted at all. If you start to think, well, I should make this assist, but on the other hand, it could come out wrong, why bother? I would stick then to a verbal cue. I don't want a misinterpretation. You're only there to help a student out. That's it. Don't want to make anything else into something that it's a bad situation. Next thing, ask your students up front if they actually want an assist or not. How do you do this? Well, when you're going through the interview process, that's a good way to start. You could have it on the application. There are other ways. There are some people who, for example, might leave something on the edge of the mat. I've seen cards where it said basically yes or no, and the person flipped it to, I want an assist, or I don't really like to be assisted. There's a bunch of different ways to handle it, but you don't want to get anyone upset, and you don't want an invasion of anybody's privacy. So therefore, what I would do is get it clear ahead of time. You don't have to even ask them in class. And if you have it on the application, it's easy enough for you to reference a particular person and make sure before the class. With all that said, I wish you farewell, and namaste.